This video is brought to you by patreon.com/worsttake. Get access to exclusive live streams and Discord servers, on-screen shoutouts, and early access to some videos when you join now. Help make sure that we can continue to make content like this by supporting the Patreon. Links are in the description down below. So this is a topic that I've wanted to broach for a long time, but I haven't really figured out how and where I want to do it. So today I'm going to take the opportunity to talk about how cynicism has ruined sports talk. And when I say cynicism, I'm not talking about an individual being cynical. I'm talking about an overarching philosophy of cynicism that I think has taken over the mainstream sports talk dialogue. What do I mean by this when I'm saying cynicism? What do I mean by this when I say that sports talk has become overly cynical? A perfect example of this for Browns fans watching this video is when we talk about Deshaun Watson. How many times do we hear what happened in those 6 games in the most cynical light possible? Now, there's a critical light that you could look under it, and that's fine. I do that all the time. But the cynical light is when somebody points out, well, he beat the Baltimore Ravens, and they were a pretty good defense last year. Oh, well, Lamar Jackson didn't play. You know what I mean? Like, it's bringing up information to discredit anything, being uncharitable in your counterpoint, just to be the most negative possible that you can be. We've seen this with, like, this is really taking over in basketball whenever we talk about LeBron. Oh, well, this championship doesn't matter because he beat a 7 seed and a 6 seed and a 3. I'm seeing this with the Denver Nuggets right now, where people are like, oh, well, he beat 2 8 seeds, a 6 seed, and a 7 seed. Like, ignoring the fact that Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and AD were on the teams that he beat. But that's what I mean. Sports talk has been governed by cynicism. The way we talk about teams, the way we talk about athletes, the way we talk about fans, it's been governed by cynicism. And that has led to a very cynical fan base. And not just any specific fan base. I think almost all these fan bases are like this. Because, again, the mainstream sports talk is cynical. I'm not, right? But I'm on YouTube. You have to go on YouTube to find guys like me, Engraven, New Stripe City, guys that aren't, or guys who shows their sports talk is not spoken through this lens of cynicism. I think that's what helped me stand out at the beginning. It's what continues to help me stand out. And it's what makes my voice different that others can't replicate, is because I'm doing this from a genuine lens of optimism, but not like so optimistic that I lose the reality, right? And it's honestly just not looking through sports talk through the lens of pure cynicism, which if you look at any mainstream or intended mainstream sports talk, you're going to find. You turn on ESPN and they're talking about, why doesn't this player want to show up for this amount of money? As if the money's the only thing that can motivate a player to play football. You turn on the radio and people are talking about why this doesn't matter, or it's only winning that matters. And yeah, that one season where they went 10-6, that doesn't matter because they didn't win nothing. There's only joy in winning. And to a point, yes, obviously you want to win football games if you cheer for a football team. But I've said this before. I'll continue to say it. Being a fan of a sports team is not just about absolute victory. It's not. Are there victories that make you feel good that aren't championships? Absolutely. Are you allowed to celebrate those victories? Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. There are some people who will feel better about the Browns win in 2020 than they will about anything that the Browns do with Deshaun Watson because of their feelings about that quarterback. Even if the achievements are technically greater, the enjoyment would not be the same. Because even though we like to look at sports and act as if we only enjoy sports through the cynical lens, human nature is not meant to be cynical. Human nature is meant to enjoy what's in front of you. Enjoy the moment that you are experiencing. But yet, whenever sports talk is brought up, it seems like you can only enjoy championship seasons. That's stupid. That's stupid. Every single team, like the Grizzlies are a good example in basketball. Zebo ain't won no rings, but you know what? They loved them times that they had with Zebo. In Cleveland, Bernie Kosar didn't win a ring, but we loved the times that we had with Bernie Kosar. Josh Cribbs never went over 500 but one time in his career. But we loved those memories that we had with Josh Cribbs. Wouldn't trade him for nothing. Well, maybe for a couple more wins, but you know what I mean? Like, wouldn't trade Josh Cribbs for much. And I think we get away from that idea. And I think we lose sight of that idea when we only look at sports talk through the cynical lens. And that got me thinking about, why do I love football? Why is it that I wake up every day, put clothes on, shower, do the whole 9 yards, sit down in this chair and spend 20 minutes talking to y'all about football every day? What makes me wake up and do something like that in January, in July, in June, in October when the team stinks and everybody's angry? What makes me wake up and do this, even when it's miserable? And that got me to think about what it means to love football and a sport in general. And this is another one where I think when people look at it through the lens of cynicism, they get it wrong. It's hilariously wrong at times. Because cynicism tells you you should only enjoy a team that wins every game, that does not ever lose, and that provides you with absolute joy. But that's not true. If that were true, Ohio State would be the number one team in the city of Cleveland. As much as people do love the Ohio State Buckeyes in Cleveland, they ain't the Browns. Why is it? Because cynicism doesn't govern how you root as a fan. And when I think about what I love about football, it's not just that I want the Browns to win. I would love for the Browns to win. But honestly, the truth is, Browns won the Super Bowl this year, I would have a great week, maybe even a great week and a half. I would feel good. But 2 weeks later, by the time we get to March, I'm going to feel the exact same. The Browns winning a Super Bowl would not wake me up to get to do my job in July more than the Browns not. I'm going to be here to do my job because something other than success for my favorite team wakes me up and brings me to the table for this conversation, right? I think we lose sight of it. I think that's why so many people get mad at what's called bandwagon fans, because their motivation is purely cynical, right? They jump on the bandwagon for the Cleveland Browns just because they're winning. It's not an emotional attachment to the Cleveland Browns. It's a cynical attachment. Hey, they about to win. I don't want to be left out. Let me jump on. And look, I don't blame people for doing that. I don't think it's wrong, but I think that's why it bugs people who have an emotional attachment to the team, who benefit from the emotional attachment, because no matter what somebody says, because the Browns have been bad, it makes when they would be good so much sweeter. It's like aged wine, right? Everybody else is jumping on and drinking that 2021 that you can get for $6 at Trader Joe's, and that's cool for most people. But us, we've been sitting here with that, 1966 in the basement, just waiting to be popped off, but not yet. Not yet. This ain't it. This ain't it, right? We've been waiting and have been building that emotional attachment to it. And I think that builds into the sympathy or symphony that I love about football. It is that dedication. It is the artistry of the sports, the intelligence required from every athlete on the field, the coordination required between coaches and players that is unique to this sport, the chess battle that you see between individual players on the opposite sides of the football and coaches. It is a real life, real time strategy game. That's what football is. And you can play any role that you want. If you want to imagine yourself and see yourself within the warrior on the battlefield, you can watch the game through that perspective. If you want to see yourself through the field general, you can look at yourself through the lens of the quarterback in football. And if you want to see yourself as the general, you can see yourself as the coach, or maybe you want to see yourself as the even higher than, I don't even know how much higher it goes, but you be the GM, right? There are so many layers of things that have to go right for a first down to happen. If you really thought about it, it would blow your mind. And that's what I love about the sport, right? It is complicated. It is engineering. It is mathematics. It is a human study of emotions and people. It's a spiritual study of energies and a feeling, right? Oh, the momentum's here. Oh, well, the momentum went there. You know, that killed the momentum in this game. It is everything that makes us human boiled down into a silly little game that we play for 60 minutes with a helmet on for entertainment. That's the beauty of it to me. Studying that every day gets me out of bed, motivates my sports talk, motivates me to do what I do. Some people do this for more cynical reasons. They want to be right. They want to be seen as a genius. They want to be the smartest guy to ever live about it. I just want to engage. I think that's the difference between the two styles of media that we're seeing, new media and old media, where old media sees things through the lens of cynicism, sees things through the lens of how can I incite as many people as possible? How can I make as many people as angry as possible in order to engage them? Others see this as an opportunity to share a passion that they have. That's what I do. Every day I wake up and I share a passion that I have for football. Some days that passion is joyful. Some days that passion is skeptical. Some days that passion is furious. But it is genuine. Yeah, I don't know. I was just looking on Twitter. I was just looking at what a lot of modern sports talk has become. And I, in one way, am hopeful because I've been here a while and I feel like my optimism, the lens of not just like blanket positivity, because I've been negative and critical of players before. I don't think optimism is the absence of criticism. I think optimism is the acceptance of charity in an argument. And what I mean by that is I'm going to be charitable. If there's something to be negative about a player, I will acknowledge that, but I will also acknowledge why those things might happen and evaluate if those reasons are strong enough to justify my negative emotions about this. Cynicism is the second you see a reason to be angry, let's jump on it. Who cares what was supposed to happen here? You can make this clip look bad at this player. Let's put it up and get people mad. You know, this guy tweeted about Browns fans and he didn't say something that could be misconstrued in a little bit of a way. Let's post it and make everybody mad at him so we could post videos about it. That's not what I'm going to do. That's not what I want to be. It's not what I wake up every morning to do. I see the cynicism in sports talk and it dominates it. Whether you realize it or not, every conversation, every argument we get in, cynicism is there. Oh, you guys only have this much rings. Even Browns fans engage in this cynicism, which is kind of hilarious because we have nothing to even like jump on with this cynical argument stuff, right? But I've seen us do it. Yo, y'all ain't got no championships. Y'all just as bad as us. What's that got to do? What's that got to do with anything? How many times have you been talking about a team that's not your favorite team? You're just having an innocent take about something that you have evaluated and saw, and somebody brings up that you're a fan of a different team that is not successful, so therefore your opinion doesn't matter. That is the most cynical, silly argument I've ever heard in my life. Because you cheer for a team that's not good, your opinions are not good. So what, the only people who should be listened to are Kansas City Chiefs fans? It's a ridiculous argument to make, but yet we make it. This is what cynicism does to conversations. We end up saying the dumbest things possible with so much confidence that people who aren't paying attention actually start to think that they have weight when they don't. These things don't have weight. They're just stupid. And I just wanted to vent. Maybe I wanted to get off my chest. Maybe I want to know what y'all feel about what y'all are consuming, because unfortunately for me, as much as I like consuming sports, my voice is cracked there, but as much as I enjoy consuming sports, I find that there's less and less sports talk for me to engage in because so many people feel like they need to be cynical in order to get any kind of traffic. And I just don't believe that. I think cynicism is a way to get traffic, but I don't believe it's the only way. It's an easy way. It's easy to be cynical. It's easy to say everything sucks. It's easy to not act like you care. It's easy to reduce everything to memes and act like nothing even matters. It's easy to do that. It's easy. Anybody can. That's why you'll find no shortage of people who can do that. But the people who can do this for a while and not fall to that trick bag that everybody else has resorted to and be successful with it, those are the people that I admire. And when it comes to sports talk, I just find less and less of those people every day. So it's kind of unfortunate. I don't get to enjoy as much sports talk as I used to. But that's it. You know, that's what I want to talk about. It's my thoughts. I know this wasn't really Browns insidery, but like, let me be honest with y'all. Ain't nothing happening right now. Like the Browns are on break. You know, we're going to have a lot of time to talk about the hypotheticals with the Browns. We're going to have a lot of time to do doomsday and positive scenarios and really like look at this team. And what I want to focus on this year in this offseason is last year, I don't think I did enough due diligence to what could go wrong because I was so excited with everything that they added that I really didn't think, how could this go wrong? And I was so busy arguing with people about how like Jacoby Brissett ain't that bad that I lost sight of like, okay, what can go wrong around him though? So that's why I want to make sure. I'm not going to sit here arguing with people about whether Deshaun's going to be good or not. I know what I believe him to be. I want to focus on what could go wrong, what could go right. Is there reason to be a little pessimistic here? Is there a little reason to be a little optimistic here? So, you know, hopefully I can fit more of these, I guess, philosophical sports talk videos in here on top of some of the Browns content. But that's what I wanted to do today. Let me know what y'all think of it. Everybody have a great day. Have a good night.